Let that cement dry, or get the patch put on. Oh, it looks old and rusty.
It's like we're racing. I'm gonna win.
I'm Tony Fast's daughter.
I'm Tony Fast's daughter.
I'm Tony Fast's daughter. Our family has been blessed to farm in Montana
For over 100 years now.
And it wouldn't be possible without the great team we have
and blessings from our Savior, Jesus Christ.
Alright, we're fueling, we're airing up tires, we're warming up, we're getting our exercise. At the back road, they're not really stuck in there. Matter of fact, obviously they came in from underneath. Not pulling most of them off the top, but they just kind of fluff up in there. I get the rest of those cleaned out. I have an air leak on a hose. All my main seat tubes coming off the car. So I'll duct tape that up. Just a small hole to feel the air hit my face. But lots to do. So why dig out all the rust and thistle when if you have a smell of rust and thistle, then it's just going to stuff more back up? Well, that's up. If I hadn't bothered to do this, I'd have never saw that. I would have never saw seed everywhere. So obviously I've got a line off somewhere that needs to be fixed. Found it. Interesting, right? It's an easy fix. That solves that problem. Like I said, as I was clearing off all of these, I felt something not good. Right here. Relative for the win. That will do it. Can't hear it anymore, can it? Man. Bloody crazy. Alright. Well, here's where we're at this morning. We got a crack in that tire that we gotta get patched. So, truck's loaded on the drivers. Can't jack on anything. Don't really want to stick a jack through the differential and wreck that. So, we're doing it the tough way. There we go. I think we're ready to patch it. Alright, it's been cleaned. Got the cement on there. Let that cement dry, or get the patch put on. Oh, it looks old and rusty. I think we fixed it. Multitasking. Both getting the kick. We just clicked 380 gallons. This may give you a couple days. There we go. We'll park the service truck out of the way. Hopefully I don't need it again today. So far my cap down there is holding on just fine. This clamp is broken. It hasn't caused anything, but he's got to do just to make sure, check everything out. Alright, that's taped up. Gets a little loud back here. Doing a quick walk around. Been all around the drill. stop and check on my car, we'll hop in and go. It's like we're racing. I'm gonna win.
Well, I'll give you guys a Spyder update and a Vaderstad update. Seed through some really nasty conditions. These weeds just took off after we got out of here with the combines and didn't catch them in time. But anyways, it's working good. I'm going slow because there's lots of little rocks out here. They're flying in and getting stuck on that back row discs. They get stuck in between them and then they stop the disc, and of course in the weeds it really makes a mess in a hurry. So they got rock guards designed that fix the problem, that they're trying to get brought out here today or tomorrow, I think, and put them on quick so we can get back up to 6.5, 7 miles an hour with it. Vaderstad cart, it would have to be quite a bit cheaper than a Burgo cart to take it. It's okay, but I do miss the Burgo just emptying out through a funnel in the bottom and not a wide meter that can empty out more on one end before the other, and you have to deal with that when you're running empty. The conveyor is crazy jerky. It needs some orifices or something put in there to slow it down or something. It can almost wreck stuff. It's so rough using it by the trailer. The monitor itself, like if I want to see what my scales have in it, I have to go in here and then go to configure bins and check out each tank, where on the Burgo it's all on the screen. I mean, there's lots of stuff in there, but it's like, I don't know, it's not as user friendly, I don't think, as the Seedmaster or the Burgo. You have to record a boundary to make this work, where on the Burgo you just seed your outside round and then create your boundary. The drill, they don't have it figured out yet to lift automatically on the end like the Burgo does, or the Seedmaster, Vaderstad, any of those. So you got to run it manually, and it does go down kind of slow, which they're working on phasing them where they just come up partially up out of the ground equally, like maybe 3 inches of clearance, and they go back down quicker. Yeah, that's kind of the take on it.
Things are going good. I think had a little bit of an issue with my hydraulic flow to my down pressure. I think it's just a sensor dog, because looking at those 3 gauges there on the tongue, they all stay right where they're supposed to. So I don't know why it's acting funky. There was also a circuit breaker hanging zip tied close and pulling on it. So I tried to zip tie that up, and then I had no pressure reading it up. Went back again, pulled the plug off, and it was just green corrosion on all the electrical stuff. I scraped them as best as I could with my pocket knife, zip tied just the circuit breaker up so it's not hanging weight down on it, and I'm running right where it should now. Anyway, problem solved.
Weak.
That's better. Going from that field back that way, I figured not empty, but might as well fill on here and this truck. That's what I'm gonna do.
Cruising along here. I had a little issue with getting through some of the weeds, and figured out a few things, got that figured out. Now it is dynamite, working great. Really liking the K-HART drill. Really not liking what Precision Plant has done to intelligent egg blockage though. It is so annoying. I don't know, maybe there's something actually going on wrong with the drill, or with the cart metering wrong or something, but I don't think so. Yeah, seeding 6.5 miles an hour where there's no rocks, and then slowing down a little bit through the rocky spots. See, it just starts going crazy again. I don't know, I can't figure it out. So yeah, really liking the Spyder. Gets through, it cuts through the residue fine. It's been doing really good as far as not hairpinning in the weedy spots. It just kind of was pushing some of the weeds. Even Tim's struggling with that a little bit with the Burgo. But we figured out what was going on this drill, got that straightened out. 6.5 miles an hour, making up time now. So I just shut off the Wi-Fi on that iPad. That's what I use to configure the Intelligent Egg System to the Recon blockage app. And I turned this Wi-Fi on, and there you go. All right, I should give you a little more context on what was going on there with that blockage system. That drill came from Interbase in Minot, the dealer that brought the demo over, and they were told to set it up with that app. That app seems to not be designed correctly for air drills. I think it's more of a strip till system. It would monitor that maybe more accurately, but for whatever reason it was just not staying calibrated, which the old system never did that. But I went and reconfigured all the ECUs to run on the Recon blockage app, which is what we use for the Intelligent Egg System from the start, or from whenever that app came out. I think that was version 2. But then it worked like all the Intelligent Egg blockage we're used to. There's a little update on what that was. That clip that you just saw was one I sent over to Craig there at Interbase, explaining how I got it figured out and how I reconfigured it in some text, and I sent that video. So there you go. That makes a little more sense, hopefully. Morning. I am going over to get the last bit of durum seed we need, and I'm going to load up the rest of the hay barley seed, because that alfalfa over there's got some bare spots in it too. So let's make some more hay out of it before we take it completely out, probably next year. Or we'll see how the alfalfa stand looks. Maybe, I don't know. Just drill should work really good just to slice through that alfalfa and add a little seed to it. So.
Well, good morning, everyone. Just got rolling. Starting right at 100 acres today. I'm in the hilly field, one of the hilly fields over here. So I'm gonna run a few passes along here, drop some weight, basically. We're on a diet. Make sure everything's going good. Then move over to the hills and work my way back. I did that last night when I moved over here. Ended up with a half cart and did that. So my goal being, I'm the tractor, there you are. Only go over there with a half cart. That way I'm not dragging all that weight up and down the hill. We'll run some over here, jump over there, run the rest, refill, run here, run there. And in 3 fills I should get it done. So we'll see how it goes. So currently the cart is applying brake. I've seen it apply 2 bars, but there's one there. Cart's still applying brake because the tractor goes back up, now the brake's off. Now if you watch the horizon, the drill's walking downhill. I nudged my line up. That's about it. I got one more pass going back up. See how well we do climbing that.
Done seeding durum. We'll let Tim finish up that field down there. I'm gonna go fill with barley. Plant some of that into some dying alfalfa. Well, just some thin spots though. We're gonna see the whole field of barley in the alfalfa field, but there's some thin spots that definitely could use some more stuff.
We are folded up and on the road. At least I am anyway. Tony's actually interseeding some barley into the alfalfa that's over here at the east place. But I am on my way to the almost east place, down in the bottom of a hill. Kind of a cool place. Anyway, we call it Cottonwood Ground, which makes me happy because this place over east is like, I think it was 38 miles from my house. All gravel road except for 3 miles. That's a trek. Takes me a while to get home. So it'd be nice to be moving closer to home, and yeah. Anyway, cruising now.
Alright, filled up with barley and seeding into this alfalfa stand. As you can see, we've got weed patches that the alfalfa's dead in, and just these little spare spots here and there. So putting down 55 pounds of barley, hay barley, 55 pounds of phos, and we'll see how this goes. Doing a great job of leaving everything standing. We will come back in a few days and spray this. We didn't get it sprayed ahead of time because the sprayer's got broadleaf chemical in it plus the Roundup, so that will kill the alfalfa or at least bang it up really bad. So doing good. This looks really nice. So far so good, but we're only like a quarter mile in. I think it's gonna work good. Impressed with the Spyder disc drill. Really excited to see the crop grow this summer. We'll see. Maybe we'll get rid of the Pergo disc drill and replace it with one of these. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now, anyways. Well, these are some weedy patches that are thin in this alfalfa stand. This was seeded with our 80-foot seed master. You can't really tell, but there's a little bit of an old strip edge there. That would have got a little deeper there, and that's why that stand is poor. The germination was bad because it got too deep. So that's one thing about like the Spyder. It's a parallel link opener, so that wouldn't happen where these are following the ground more uniformly, where the Seedmaster or even our Pergo, 100-foot Pergo, that 3420, that has an arm style opener that's like a 2-to-1 ratio versus a 1-to-1 parallel link. So that one doesn't quite follow the ground as well as this. I'm really impressed how this is doing. So that angled disc cuts through the residue a lot better, and then that just picks up lifts the dirt, and then the packer just pushes it back down because that disc is coming in at an angle. So it looks like it moves a little more dirt because it actually lifts it, but it doesn't have to like reposition the dirt like our Pergo disc drill does, where it has to push the seed, or where it pushes the dirt sideways and then it has to have like another wheel to close it back up. This is all just 2 discs that open up the ground into a little bit of a V, and then the packer just pushes the dirt back shut. So pretty slick system. I am impressed. Well, one of the features on this Vaderstad cart is this fit to field. So I've got enough pounds to put down now 42 pounds of seed per acre, or maybe 40. We'll see where it shakes out at. I was doing 55 where it was thinner, but there's some really nice alfalfa spots here, which I don't even know if this barley will grow or if the alfalfa is going to choke it out. But we'll see. Kind of an experiment, but we were getting down 50-55 pounds of NPS phosphorus, so the alfalfa will really take off with that. So that is what I know. What are we down to? We have 42 acres remaining here of unseeded area, so kind of a goofy shaped field. Won't be long, we'll be done. Ready to move home and get back into the mustard with the 100-footer. Well, that is the last time folding this drill like this. It's pretty fun to watch. Probably mentioned this already, but they said they can turn up that hydraulic block valve to make this fold a lot quicker and unfold. Just the demo, they want to run it slow. Make sure you know what you're doing before you give it the full send. Well, thanks for watching. Don't forget, farm hard, pray harder, and we'll see you next video.